I don't know if you're a fan of Breath of the Wild, but was the studio talking about it? Did you talk to your peers about it, just in that immersive sim vein? Where do you think it fits?
Yeah, and I think it's interesting because Breath of the Wild I like in some ways, and there are ways where I'm thinking they probably had some designers that did not understand what they were really trying to achieve. And I'm gonna give you one example.
Please.
That's when actually I stopped to play the game. And there is this moment, I don't know if you remember, where you need to get dressed up as a woman to get in that city.
The sand one, yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, that's cool. But then there's a wall, and the wall is climbable. It's not like if they had made a metal wall where like there's no way you climb, I'd be like, okay, that's what it is. But no, you could climb, and with like by being persistent, you could go on the other side of the wall, jump down the city. And then as this happens, instead of what we would have done is we would have made it that the simulation would still keep going, and like the guards are patrolling, and you can go around and then like avoid everything and then reach the end of the city and talk to the leader, and the leader would be like, aha, what are you doing here? Like, okay, well, I get it. You're different. Let me give you a deal. It's not what they did. Like they put some sort of like a trigger volume, like as you get on the other side of the wall, you teleport back out.
Oh, interesting.
With the guards kicking you in the butt, falling, you fall on the floor and you go, and that's the moment I stopped, because I said like this game had everything to be an amazing immersive sim where every player can have their own version of the story, right? Because that's the power of immersive sim. Every player has their own version of the story. And suddenly, someone there did not understand that part there and did not allow me. And they had everything to make it. And so, to your point, did I like Zelda Breath of the Wild? Yes, in many ways. I'm not sure about the flavor because, I'm not so much into that kind of flavor.
Okay.
But that part really bothered me, and I was like, no, they did not get it.
I think people watch this are going to be like, man, it's like one of the most amazing games ever made. There's one detail because you went this one path where it said no, then it's like, well, dinged.
At the same time, you have to see that I'm already biased against that type of structure in general. So I was like playing it with a lot of suspicions.
Right,
I was kind of waiting for them to trip. And I love their mechanics. Those are Nintendo games. I've always liked those amazing mechanics, and it's so polished. And it's hard to criticize them in any way, frankly. But that moment was damn, I knew it.
Arkane would have done it right. Give them the next Zelda, please.
Well, and I don't know if it's a matter of doing it right or not. It's a matter of it's embracing a philosophy, that is painful for a lot of people. A lot of people don't understand why we do this thing. Why are we able to kill the good guys in our games? Why? Most games, they have a quest giver in an RPG. There's a quest giver, and the quest giver is invulnerable, and it's just like some kind of like a signpost. You
right.
And you throw grenades. In fact, you don't even have your grenades, because as you went into the city, all your grenades disappear, or your control for fight has been muted. So most games do that, right? And if you have your control and you start shooting at people, everybody's invulnerable, and specifically the quest givers. And we do the opposite of that. We say like, no, let's go on that. Let's ride that edge where everything is still possible, and players are going to be worried that they're going to break the game for themselves by killing the quest giver. But then, like, you kill a quest giver because it just feels fun that you don't like his face or her, or it's the end of the night. You go like, okay, I'm going to go to bed. Let me just like try something a little silly. Like I'm going to try to kill the shopkeeper, and you try to kill the shopkeeper, and the guards come in and like they kill you, and then you try again. I'm going to kill everybody, and you kill everybody, and then everybody are dead on the floor, and then you're like, that's cool. And then you look, and you search the shopkeeper, and there's some items on the inventory, and maybe a note, maybe a diary, maybe something that feels personal. Now you're feeling as a player that you're going somewhere forbidden, and it's all about transgressing. It's all about getting away with something you were not supposed to do. That's that feeling. Like why so little amount of games let you do that, right? I'll tell you why. It's because it's hard as shit to do.
You can help support independent games media by subscribing to MinnMax on YouTube here, or you can support us over on Patreon to unlock exclusive shows like MinnMax Council. You can call into our podcast, you can put a picture of your choice on every MinnMax video, or you could have us plug your passion project on the MinnMax Show podcast. MinnMax is a Patreon about games, friends, and getting better, and we exist because of you. Any help telling a friend's appreciated.